Hey, I'm Brandon Tuttle.
Hey, I'm Jim Shoemaker.
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
I just have a couple quick questions, and shouldn't be too complicated. Just answer truthfully, and that'll be it. Okay, first of all, when were you born?
June 21st, 1960.
Ooh, an even number.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific memories that you have from your first 5 years of life?
Not really.
Any kind of Christmases or holidays?
Some Christmases.
Christmas. It's Christmas time right now. You ready for it?
Oh, yeah.
Better to give than receive, though, right?
Right.
Do you know of any major historical events that happened when you were born?
Rosie is a major loser. Brace yourself for Dr. Donald.
No. I know one thing. It was right about the start of the Kennedy era and the Civil Rights Movement.
She tweets constantly.
Oh, I can remember,
Because nobody's watching her show. It's the latest bomb.
barely remember when Kennedy got shot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did that scare you, or was it just more of somewhat of a vague memory that you can't really remember?
Yeah, something like a vague memory. I just remember bits and pieces. I can remember it being on TV and my parents watching TV,
Really?
talking about it. Mm-hmm.
What do you think happened? I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there about the FBI did it, or do you have somewhat of a conclusion of maybe why he was shot? Or do you think it was just somebody out there wanting to be mean?
I don't know.
Just a lot of crazy people out there?
Crazy people.
Where was the media world at when you were born? Were there a lot of TVs, video games, cameras, or
No.
no? What was your biggest source of media? Newspaper, radio?
Well, we had a TV.
Y'all had a TV? Color or black and white?
Black and white.
Black and white. Did y'all have a radio?
Yeah.
Out of all of your media devices, what was your most favorite?
TV.
TV? Where did you grow up?
Let's see, I grew up in Winston-Salem up till I was 12 years old. And then we moved to Stokes County.
Did you like Winston-Salem better?
No,
No, you like Stokes County?
I like Stokes County. That's why I'm still here.
What about Stokes County do you really like?
People.
People?
It's a little lower pace than Winston-Salem.
It's not a big city, it's more laid back and relaxed.
Right. Just good people.
Were there any other kids like around where you live?
Yes. My husband that I'm married to right now, he was my neighbor.
Really?
Yes.
Were y'all like sweethearts from the beginning, or?
No. At the time we moved beside of him, I was something like 7 years old. And right before we moved to Stokes County, I think we kind of got to liking one another a little bit until we went to church together.
Do you think it might have been love at first sight?
I don't know.
You don't know? Did you have to walk back by again?
Yeah.
Do you have any precious memories from your childhood? Specifically from like your home, maybe like a family get together or some type of gathering or something?
Going to my grandparents' house on Sundays. That was every Sunday dinner.
Yeah, I like doing that too. I try to go down to my grandparents at least once or twice a week. Maybe on the weekend, spend the night. It's a really fun thing to do.
Yeah, that's I have a lot of memories. And going to their house when we would get out of school for summer break, we would go and stay 2 weeks at a time. And they had a farm. I loved it. They were good people.
What was your most favorite part about staying with your grandparents?
In the kitchen with my grandma.
You like cook with her and stuff like that?
Yeah, her showing me how to do things.
Or would you be stealing the cookies?
That too.
That too.
Yeah.
Do you ever miss Winston-Salem at all?
His ex-wife, she says he had an affair with a
No.
guy. Are you gay? Then the geezer bandits
Well,
blunder.
every day I'm working Winston-Salem, so
And white cops think
that industry's for the blind.
So it's still kind of close to home?
Yeah. It's not far from where I lived.
What kind of activities and stuff did you do when you were younger?
No. We would round the neighborhood kids up, and the yard would be full.
So pretty much anything and everything.
Yeah. We'd play kickball, dodgeball, just different things.
Did you have any siblings? Any younger siblings, older siblings?
I got a younger brother. And I have 3 older sisters.
What kind of things would y'all do? Would y'all hang out a lot, or were y'all really close?
Yeah, we're pretty close. And we're still pretty close.
Well, that's good. Do y'all get along really well? Do y'all ever have like really big quarrels, or?
Sometimes we disagree, but
I guess that's just kind of natural, right?
yeah.
Do you look up to your older siblings for advice?
Yes.
What kind of advice do you think they have given you throughout the years?
Making the right choices.
Making the right choices. And has your younger brother, has he ever looked up to you for any advice?
Yes.
Where you went to school, were there a lot of kids there? Was it
Yes.
a big school? Now, was it like kindergarten through 6th grade, or how was it structured?
I went to Mill Springs School in Winston. And it went through kindergarten through 6th. And then they had a junior high school, the other side of it. And I think it went through 7th through 9th. We didn't live out there long enough for me to go to the junior high. So when we moved from Winston, I went to Want Cove. I was in the 6th grade.
What do you think was your favorite grade? Was it like kindergarten or high school, middle school? Or did you maybe like all of it? About the same.
About the same.
About the same. Now, I know you were talking about your husband earlier. Were y'all high school sweethearts?
Yes. We started dating at 16.
16. Did you participate in any school activities outside of school? Like extracurricular stuff like maybe sports or clubs, anything like that?
I was in a chorus group.
Chorus group?
We went to different schools and rest homes and places like that. We sung.
Like, was this something that you really like to do, or is it something kind of other
Yeah.
people wanted you to do it?
I love to do it. And also I sung in church.
What types of subjects did you learn in school? Just your basic math, sciences,
Yeah.
stuff like that? What was your most favorite subject?
Spelling.
Spelling?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been really good at spelling. It's always been my weak point, so good for you. What's one of your favorite memories of school?
I reckon the chorus group and singing for the school and like at Christmas time and
I sing a lot, but it's mainly like in the shower. I don't like to sing in front of people.
I love to sing.
What was your favorite hobby as a child?
My favorite hobby.
You're a military sergeant who just got taken down by a security guard. That would be
A lot to choose from, isn't it?
Yeah.
A slippery con man puts on a show.
I don't know.
You don't know?
There's a lot of different things. I reckon.
Well, I guess you talked about singing. Yeah, that would probably be one of your more favorite hobbies.
Singing, yeah.
Has your hobby affected you like emotionally? Like, was it fun, calming?
I think both.
Both. How often did you do your hobby? Was it like just every once in a while, or did you like sing a lot?
I like to sing a lot.
A lot. Would you do your hobby with anybody else? Like maybe with one of your siblings? Would y'all like sing together at the church, or was it just mainly with the church choir and stuff like that?
There were a few that I did sing with, and then I sung in the choir with my siblings. So,
Did your hobby inspire your career any?
no,
No, not really.
no,
But you still carry on with your singing?
yes.
That's good. Were there any famous people that you truly admired as a child?
It's around. It gives you more room where you need it. That's why Wrangler fits so good. Room where you need it, comfort where it counts. It's all about the you.
Yeah, Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley?
Yeah.
What was it about him that you really liked?
His voice.
His voice. So there's that singing again.
There's the singing again.
Where did you see them? Did you like listen to them on the radio or?
Yeah, and I can remember my oldest sister having a record player. She got one for Christmas one year. And Mama and Daddy had bought her different kinds of records. And I can remember hearing him on the record player.
Now, when he unfortunately passed away, did that affect you in any way? Were you really upset or?
Yeah, that bothered me. In fact, I was 16 years old when that happened, and I took my mom to the bank, and I was sitting in the car listening to the radio, waiting on her, and I heard it on the radio. Yeah.
Who's your childhood hero? your mom. My mom or my dad would probably be my childhood hero too. So,
Yeah.
so this person, they were from your personal life. So they're probably really, really close.
Yeah.
Why do you look up to your mom?
She was always there for me. She tried to give me good advice. She looked after me. I would have to say she's just a great person. She's a good person.
Do you try to mirror her now? Do you try to be a lot like her? As far as being respectful and being a good person and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. What do you do to make a living?
I work at Industries for the Blind.
Could you explore on that a little bit?
I work with the blind people, the visually impaired people. I supervise. I've trained them to sew.
What kind of stuff do y'all do? Like, what type of stuff do y'all sew?
We sew, we do work for the Army, work for the Navy. We do the shirts that the Army and Navy wear.
Sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to go to college to have the supervising position?
No,
No.
but I've had to go through training.
Training.
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Yes.
Are there any specific memories or anything that you have about your job?
I reckon that one that really sticks out in my mind was the first week I went to work there was 20-some years ago.
Long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago. Now, did you start off as a supervisor, or were you just sewing?
I was sewing.
So you've stuck to it and moved your way up the ranks, huh?
Yeah. It's amazing what a blind person can do.
Now, did you do this job mainly because you liked it, or was it more you had to like help provide for your family or your children, or
Both.
both?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of any significant events or major events that happened throughout your life? Do you remember anything about the civil rights, or? What about the Martin Luther I Have a Dream speech?
Yeah, I can remember that.
How did that affect you? Was it more like you were too young to really understand, or?
I think really I was, a little too young.
How do you see that now? Do you see him as an inspirational person, or is it?
Yeah.
Do you think like what he did was like really good and an important part of American history?
Yeah.
Are there any other events that you remember, for example, like Vietnam or Korean War or anything like that?
No.
I know one very big thing in history was 9/11.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about that as far as like things that were going on in Stokes County, or was there like a lot of panic, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you remember where you were at when it happened?
I just had come in the front door, and the TV was on, and next thing I know, I just seen the buildings falling, and the phone rang, and it was my oldest daughter, and she says, "Are you looking at TV?" And I said, "What is going on?" And she was explaining it, telling me about it.
I know that was a very scary thing. I remember I was in first grade and the teacher was trying to hide the TV from us because they didn't want us to see it. Because they didn't want to frighten us or anything.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any additional comments or anything?
Any of those letters up there, man?
No.
Alright, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
See ya.
See ya.